everyone, welcome back to another virtual story time. I'm Miss Nicole here in the courtyard of the Botanical Garden, and this is actually our last story time within our last week of our virtual summer in the garden, beginning Botanist. So this week's theme is continued care, and that means just all the care you need for your garden to maintain healthy plants. So one way to do that is composting. So today's story, we're reading Compost Stew, an A to Z recipe for the earth. Environmental chefs, here's a recipe for you to fix from scratch to mix a batch of compost stew. Ingredients: apple cores, bananas bruised, coffee grounds with filters used, dirt clods crumbled, eggshells crushed, fruit pulp left behind, all mushed. So these are all things that you can use in your compost at home. Grass clippings, hair snippings, and an insect or two. Just add to the pot and let it all rot into compost stew. Save jack-o'-lanterns, kitchen scraps, laundry lint from dryer traps, mulch removed from garden beds, nutshells, oatmeal, paper shreds, quarry dust, rye bread crust, and seaweed strands, a few. Just add to the pot and let it all rot into compost stew. Take tea bags plucked from long, hot swimmings, underbrush prunings, vegetable trimmings, wiggly worms with compost cravings, Christmas tree needles, yellow pine shavings, and zinnia heads from flower beds whose blooming days are through. Just add to the pot and let it all rot into compost stew. Moisten, toss lightly, cover, let brew. And when the cooking is complete, Mother Earth will have a treat. Dark and crumbly, rich and sweet. Now open the pot, and what have you got? Compost stew. So did you know that you can compost all of those items? Pretty cool, huh? So for our activity today, which you can find on our Google Classroom, our virtual living lab by registering for free at Keywest.garden/education, is a composting coloring activity. So you can print out the worksheet and you can color in the different items, and then you figure out what can be composted. And you can re-watch the story time for hints. So I have a bigger version here, and let's see, we're gonna draw a line down to this compost bin of anything that can be composted. So how about a flower? Yep, that can be composted. How about a banana and a peel? Yep, I remember that from the book. How about a bone? No, you can't compost any animal bones. How about an apple? Yes, you can. How about soda and a soda can? No, you should recycle those, right? And then for our craft today, you can find the tutorial on our Google Classroom. We're going to make our own edible soil. So you can find this tutorial, and you just need a few different ingredients you have at home, and you're going to make soil layers. So my example on our Google Classroom is to use things like crushed up cookies, chocolate chips, gummy worms, and other things like food coloring and whipped cream. So you can find that tutorial online and show us what you made by using #KWVirtualGarden. And thank you for joining us for the last 6 weeks of this year's virtual summer in the garden, beginning Botanist. See you next week for another story time.